Welcome to the General Mutombo African Excellist podcast. My name is General Mutombo Dubai Dennis Mamba, Fresh Prince of Africa. A lot of people know me by that name as a comedian. I'm based here in Seattle, Washington. I'm a content creator. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a restaurateur, so I love cooking and stuff. And I'm also a stand-up comedian based here in Washington, the state of the mountains and the rain. Welcome. Today, I want to speak about event hosting, event planning, and I'm going to speak about the 3 C's, which is content, communication, and collaboration. Right? I've had very good shows here in Seattle. I've hosted shows from MTV, One Vibe, Seattle Art Museum, the biggest art festivals here, the biggest comedy festivals here. I'm always in the scene. And being in the scene, there's some things that are little takeaways, which I could help people who have worked with me to improve, add some panache on their events. Number one, I realized content is lacking. We lack content. Content is the first C in communication, in event planning. The first C is content, man. Content is important because it puts the people you're inviting into the context of what you're trying to sell. For example, when I'm making content, I'm always thinking, what will the audience leave with when they come to my show? Now, that helps me project what I want to tell them before they get there. If it's a gala, write something, write a blog, write a post. You know, a lot of the flyers that people tag me on have very little captions. Doesn't explain what the show is about, doesn't explain what we're really celebrating, if this means anything to you. Content is key. All right? As a podcaster, I invite people over to promote an event so that people can know. Word of mouth, radio everywhere. Be your own radio. You gotta repost every day. Content. What's this show about? If you're putting 5 comedians or we are giving presents to the best performers in the city, or it's just recognition, brand launching, product launch. Why are we launching this product? Why is this important to you? Tell us a little history of this product that you're launching, this office meeting, this brand that you're rebranding. Tell us a little more because we don't know. A lot of people who are doing these events assume that everybody knows what they're doing. You are also trying to attract new market into your circle. So make sure you narrow that and focus. Number 2 is communication for me, okay? Communication is huge, all right? Content, strong content sends a strong message. Weak content sends a weak message. Communication of your strong motto, your strong goal, your strong mission with the brand or the event you're hosting. Communication. Make sure people know time is money. Make sure you communicate to all the vendors involved. Keep everybody in the loop. The DJ, the host. I'm an event planner. Sometimes I pull up as a host. I don't know the DJ. That is the very day I'm being told the events and the program and the bios, and that is not fair to not only the MC who's doing it or the host. That's unfair to your brand overall because you don't seem to know, or you don't seem to take things seriously like you want everybody else to do. If you're making people take time away from their jobs, their school, 9 to 5, baby mama, daddy drama, jail, everything, all this drama that's in the world, you gotta be able to make it worth their time. You gotta make sure people leave that place with something. That is communication. Make sure you tell them keep your phones away. Make sure you tell them when you come out with joyousness. Keep them involved. If you have an event in November or December, make sure the entire year you keep sending at least a newsletter once a month. Email sign up. Something that will keep people remember, on the loop, like this guy remembers us. Tell us more detail and more to expect. That keeps the loop and the traction going. Communication also applies to the vendors that you're hiring. I have had one of my biggest frustrations is when I go to an event and that's when a lot of information is furnished to me and people want me to just be a magician, just go out there and bow. That's not fair to you, brand, or the guests that you've invited. Make sure your host, your MC, your event planners, your DJs, you meet prior. You have a little group. You communicate in that group. Your friends do not run the show. The vendors you've had, the vendors you've spent money hiring are the people you need to talk to the most because those are the people gonna resuscitate your event in case it dies. This has happened multiple times when I'm hosting an event. Okay? People expect you to be a magician. People expect you to just hold the whole thing when there's a lot of disarrangements over here. If you are going to have a dry wedding, like I went to an Indian dry wedding. It was a dry vegan wedding. They didn't tell anybody. We are coming there. A lot of us were expecting some steak. A lot of the vendors were coming there. They're expecting some wine tasting. It's a wedding, for God's sakes. It's a wedding. But they didn't communicate that it's a dry wedding. Half the audience left. They were pissed off. They felt duped. You have to communicate with people. Tell people this is a Christian wedding. This is a teetotaler's wedding. This is a Muslim gala. This is an Indian party. Or this is a birthday. You have to tell people what to expect so there's no surprises. It also limits the number of people who are going to be talking rubbish about your event. Okay? And the last one, contribution, right? The last one to me is contribution and collaboration, right? Collaboration is beautiful because if I work with you and we can siphon value off each other, both our real estate brands, you know what I'm saying? They're amping up, we're going up. So collaborations are good, man. Talk to people who have done events before or have hosted something like yours before. Don't do everything yourself. Don't be mediocre with your event. Carry it like your baby. Put it on your titty, let it suck, let it get life. Give your event life. Collaborate with people who are good at things that you're not good at. I'm not good at videography, so I have to be around people who have a better eye than myself. I'm not good at, you know what I'm saying, cleaning up and doing, giving the preps of the face. That's why my lips are dry. You don't want your events to be dry as my lips. You want somebody to do makeup like a little bit, touch up a little bit. You want to do that. You also want to collaborate with people who are going to make sure your event flies. Don't have a chef cook for your event or caterer who's going to bring food 4 hours later just because they're your friends or your relatives or something. Focus on value. Focus on time. Don't let your event fail because of poor planning, because then that's money wasted. And no one's going to leave or talk anything about that event. In the African comedy circle, we have this thing where whenever we perform, we're like, talk to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor this event is good. Tell your neighbor. I want to come to your event. I want everybody who lives your event to talk to their neighbors about what's going on. Take pictures. And most of all, have fun. It's your boy, General Mutombo, the African Excellist, with some of the tips to get your event popping. Make sure you're ready, because I'm ready. I've been ready. I was born ready. I came out of my mother ready. So real, get that show going and hire the best.
Welcome to Seattle's top comedy podcast, the African Excellist, hosted by the hilarious Fresh Prince of Africa, comedian General Mutombo. On the African Excellist podcast, we discuss trending topics related to pop culture, politics, relationships, and more. This diaspora-based African podcast aims to give a fresh approach to identify, showcase, and create opportunities for African thought leaders. The show profiles some of the extraordinary Africans making a meaningful and affirmative contribution to their communities, cities, countries, the continent, and the world. Welcome to the African Excellence podcast, now available wherever you consume your podcast.